Hello, cave dwellers. Good to see the cave dwellers in the cave. Trying different lighting, trying to make things dark. I hope it's not too grainy. Good to see you tonight is the Bhagavad Gita prophecy. A soul experience with the master. This happened to me about 4 nights ago, 5 nights ago. I was sleeping, but I wasn't dreaming. Yeah, you can call it a dream. It's a dream of mine that was realized. We'll get to that. Back to the cave we go. I love this series. I feel like a different me from when I do the radio interviews on both sides of the mic, or when I do my presentations, which I do almost every night. I'm really liking the cave. I feel like a different person. I feel a little more raw, authentic. I feel more like the real me. We must return spirituality back to its natural wild state. It's unbridled, man. You have to take your clothes off. You have to take the chains off. You have to take the nonsense off. You have to get out of the monkey. You have to get out of everything you think is cool, awesome, right, real, up, down, in, out, hot, cold, good, bad, that's evil. That's all. I get all that. I get all the explanation of how we describe frequency and energy. But how frequent do you want to stay in certain energies is simply the question that it becomes. Let's say hi to everyone. Jody's in the house. Jody, you inspired me the other night. I did a presentation surrounding one of your memes. I'll find it. I even called you out, but you weren't there. Hello, Jody. Good to see James Church, Jimmy Mancini, guitar playing, singing fool. Linda Westbrook in Florida. Kelly Bauman. Janie. Kim Gary. All right, y'all. And Rena is on the YouTuber. Robert Harrison is on YouTube. What's up, my brother? I was going to get to your inbox. When I saw it, it was too late. I had to get ready. Epic. I like your post, Jody. You're together. I'm digging it. So tonight we're going to delve. Listen to this. Another favorite swimming hole of mine, a honey hole. Tonight we're going to be talking about Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Let me show you who this character is. Ready for this? Hang on 1 second. Let me make one change. My face is a little white. There we go, a little better. Rob Coolidge, what's up, y'all? Roxanne, hi. So tonight we're going to be speaking about this person right here. Person? That's an understatement. It's almost an insult. This is Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba and Krishna. They are the same being. These two beings are the same as Jesus. Jesus is the same as Swamiji. It's all the same stuff. It's all the roots of the tree of life branching out to seemingly separate branches. You, me, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Baba, all this stuff. But we're going to be speaking about the source of creation tonight that was personified and left the earth plane in 2011. This is about an experience I had about 4 nights ago with Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. He came to me in experience and gave me something very, very prophetic. And it's not just right now that we're in it, and we're going to be in it for a while, and it's been happening for a while. That's not what this is. This is literally right now. Yes, in this very moment, right now. There's no more waiting. And I want to give you some shortcuts, some realizations, so that we understand that this right now is not about right now meaning a year. I mean right now, literally. This is how it was pressed upon me in this soul experience with Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Tonight is the cave, from slave to brave, because where we're going is sacred ground. Like Moses, you're going to have to take your shoes off. You can bring your religion if you want. Your religion doesn't mean necessarily your religious faith. Your religion, everything you do religiously, which you think is good, bad, wholesome, and all that stuff, that's all religion. It's how you see, perceive, and be with yourself. That's all going to get burnt in the cave of Samadhi. Well, I was put in the cave of Samadhi the other night in this dream excursion with Satya Sai Baba. I'm going to tell you about that. From brave to slave, it takes courage Keith, I get what you're saying. Okay, I get it. I'm glad that you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to get what I'm saying. But it takes courage for all of us to champion the mountain. We can play on the bottom tiers of the mountain or the lower altitudes. Do you want to climb Mount Everest is the question. I ask myself that question all the time. I do. So I tell myself, and I sell myself that very same thing. And Spirit says, put your hiking boots on, put your backpack on. We're going up. And you feel the weight of that backpack, that as you climb, you learn how to shed the weight. So you become, pun intended, light, so you can navigate a little easier because you're light, but also to become the light. See, you think that's just simple wordplay? It's actually divinely scripted. It's all harmonious. Your life can be heavy, or you can be light. You can be in the darkness, which is heavy. That's some heavy shit, man. Or you can be in the light. It's all connected. It's all a beautiful song. It's all a beautiful flower unfolding unto itself. Every day, all year, your life long. The cave requires that from all of us. Hello, Carla Holy. Let me look at a couple of technological things. Something you wouldn't understand. I'm teasing. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you. Let's see who is here on YouTube. Robert says, is Yanava going to strip naked? What's up, Natalie Lavoie? All right, so y'all, tonight we are speaking about Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I have something I sort of bullet pointed out. I don't mind reading it. I don't mind somewhat of a script to lean on, not because I get lost, just because I have a certain point or points I want to bring forth that is about gleaning knowledge from some place I want to bring it to the Center of Light platform and sharing it with you. But I do want to share with you this soul experience I had a few nights ago. What I was explained to, it actually means from my sister Anjana, what I thought it meant, and it's a lot of gray area. It's both. There is no more time. So we're going to go into a quick song break. Going to come right back. We're going to get down to some Center of Light, the cave, Bhagavad Gita prophecy. What is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the 5,000 plus, give or take, year-old Hindi scripture. It's no different than the Bible. It's no different than the Quran or the Torah, or it's no different than any of that, which means love in and of itself to the fullest capacity. Everything else is extraneous noise and garbage. All religions are valid so as they don't try to extinguish the fire of unity. Unity within you. No more separation. 5,000 years ago, Bhagavad Gita. It is so packed with things Christianity is not, and vice versa, and all around and all about. So when we get together, start shaking hands, then the puzzle piece begins to be unfolded, unfurled. We begin to see. And let's not be surprised that when all the pieces of the puzzle come together, we will see the Creator's beautiful, ever-loving face shining through as all the pieces fashion in a space of absolute unity. Do you understand? Time is now. I'll see you shortly. Be right back. How about something like really, really, really cool? Lavender Soul. I want to do this one.
There's a world apart from man and fear. Brace yourself, you'll celebrate. There's a time to love, and a time to trust, and a time to know you are loved. Time to know you are loved. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate what you are. It's time to celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate that you are.
My name Tambo. Ugh. Speaking of, what's up, Link Up? Good to see you, Link. Tonight is Center of Light. We are in the cave with our shoes off. We can do that. We can take our shoes off. We're trying to leave our religion, not only our faith, but everything that we think is good, bad, all that. It's all religion. Your favorite music, your favorite TV show, it's all religion. Your partner is religion. Your children are your religion. It's all your religion. You do things religiously. You have structure. You have morals. Hopefully you have ethics more than morals. Morals is a stepping stone to ethics. So tonight we're deep in the cave. So deep in the cave, I am pleading, begging, humbling, revering, vulnerabling, if that's such a word, to the most inner, which is metaphorically the most higher, which is the most forward, which is the fastest toward something, by a soul experience I had about 4 or 5 nights ago. I got up immediately and started talking into my phone. We're going into the cave so deep, I am, and I'm going to sincerely pour my heart out silently. I don't mind divulging to you, but I'll let things happen as they are. But my intention's to be with Sai Baba, if you will, Jesus, if you will, God, if you will, the will, if you will, the Na. And I'm going to use the Ya. I'm going to use my Na, hoping that it erects my spine, my Va, and uprights me so I can walk forward towards this destination I've been claiming for many years publicly that I want. I'm making myself vulnerable. So yes, Robert, I am taking my clothes off. Here we go. A few nights ago, let's say hi. Chris Leveron, what's up, old childhood friend? Gail, what's up, Gail? I hope you've been reading that book and enjoying it. Everyone, Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul is a bestseller. I just recently posted the link in this forum, how to get there and purchase this phenomenal 30-year life's work. So let me get down to some cave business. Let me pull that music down. Is the music in my voice okay? Yeah? The drums in my voice good? Somebody send me an exclamation point, maybe 2 of you. What's up, Robin, Norman, Scribble? Everybody hearing everything okay? I recently lost a scene and I had to rebuild everything. So I'm gonna wait for these exclamation points. Kelly says, yeah. All right, so everybody, what's up, Robert? Good to see you. All right, I think everything's okay. Let's move forward. Thank you, Heather. Hi, Heather. All right, I'm going to show you some pictures, and as I show you these pictures, I am going to read you two things that came from my memories on Facebook last year. Very powerful. I want to make it very clear, not to prove anything except other than to myself, make it very clear who I think Satya Sai Baba is. Sai Baba, let me explain it let me share it with you this way. You, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your friend, or friends. If you're lucky, you might have two good friends. Acquaintances, your neighbors, so forth and so on. We see all these differences, right? This is me, this is who, 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 and so forth and so on. We see individuals because more so than we're looking at the actual individual, truly. We're not seeing the individual. We see the individual. I see my friend or my mom or my dad or so. But what we're actually seeing that defines the situation is the empty space between the two. So we think everything is singular and separate. That is the illusion. Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Sai Baba, Muhammad, Nanak, Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Paramahansa Yogananda, Anandamayi Ma, Sai Ma, it doesn't matter who it is. You, me, we, is because we're not seeing this right here, the knuckle, where everything connects to the whole. That's called the Christ. The Christ consciousness, the Buddha consciousness, where all the individuality connects and plugs back into the whole spigot. Satya Sai Baba happens to be the spigot. Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Swamiji, they're all an open, clear-minded, clear-hearted, pure reservoir for the absolute truth. Though they are God, as Jesus is and forever will be, there is still another infinite depth to the ocean. And that's what creates the humility that continues one to continually fall into the divine ocean until they lose all identity of themselves. That's why I say when you come into the cave of samadhi, your own cave of samadhi in your own life, that what you think is true, right, wrong, good, bad, up, out, down, in, out, left, right, it all just gets burnt away in the fire. Everything is transient. Ultimately reduces back to ash and ascends back to the spirit. Hence the phoenix. Ascends back to the spirit. So let's move forward. Let me tell you about this soul experience I had with Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, who was the Godhead. He was the whole hand. Still is. He was not male nor it was not male nor female. It was androgynous. I know there's a lot of controversy on YouTube. Look at it on YouTube, on the internet. Look at it. See what appeals to you. Throw it away. Keep what you need. So I'm going to show you a picture while I read two things from my most recent, my memories from today that I posted a few years ago about, hello Rhonda, about Satya Sai Baba declaring who he is. And then I'm going to show you a video about the magic and power from this magical, powerful divine incarnation. Let me find these pictures. There's two sets of pictures. One moment. Kind of scattered. I had a... Oh, there we go. I'm going to come back to this image shortly. This is Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, who is the root of all things. Jesus is the root of all things. But Jesus, the personality, opened himself up to the dove of the Holy Spirit, and now the root of the Godhead vessels through him as it does many other avatars and or teachers. Here is the first message I want to share with you from my memories from last year. Satya Sai Baba he says, bliss is my form. If one voices one's criticism loudly, it will be lost in thin air. If one criticizes within, it goes to one's own self. Either way, it does not reach me. He's already declaring who is this me that is not being reached. He's establishing himself as the pinnacle, not only pinnacle, but the creator. I am always filled with bliss. Bliss is my form. I am beyond pleasure and pain. As I've been saying, get out of the fight of left and right. Only those who have body attachment are elated by pleasure or depressed by pain. But I am absolutely not conscious of the body. You are always conscious of the world and are related to it. That which is related to the Atma, God, the soul, spirit, is consciousness. I am absolute consciousness. In fact, all are the embodiments of consciousness. So all are divine. Once you realize this truth, you will never take the wrong path. Message number 2. Every being is an embodiment of the divine. True human relationship can grow only when this truth is recognized. The first stage, which many of us are, the first stage is where you recognize, quote, I am the light. The next stage is when you know the light is in me. And finally, you realize, I am the light. I represents love and light, which connotes supreme wisdom. When love and light unite, there is realization. The path of devotion is easier than the path of wisdom. Love should come from within, not forced from the outside. How delicious is this? Develop spontaneous love. The attitude of petitioning to God for favors should be given up. My God, that is so freaking deep. In other words, stop praying. Praying is a wonderful thing, but true devotion supersedes and surpasses that light years. Love of God should not be based on quid pro quo, seeking favors in exchange for prayers and offerings to God. This is how I absolutely know from soul to bones this being is truly illumined. This is wow. Place your faith in God and do your duty to the best of your ability. Saturate yourself with love and share it with all. So you see, we cannot escape the truth. So what is the truth, Mr. Keith Blanchard Yanava? I'm asking you, what is the truth, Mr. John or Jane Doe, Alan or Sue Yanava? The absolute truth is, we look at God, to God, for God, actually, rather, most on point, and we say, please, this thing, please, please, please. And I'm learning right now in this moment, because I said I was going in tonight and say, please, 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 please. We look to God with this humility, as it should be, but it could be something else and a little deeper. So instead of God, I'm asking. I've been a good person lately, so do I have any grace or merit? And I'm asking. And I'm going to pump all of my energy into this prayer to say, I'm trying to convince you, or even use any energy that I have to say. However I need to do this thing, I'm going to do this thing to try to make it work. What Satya Sai Baba is saying, I'm not interested in you praising me. I'm interested in empowering you to the level that I am. And that level is stop praying for a said something. Your devotion, which means I'm just devoted. I don't have to pray in my devotion. In my devotion is the prayer that supersedes and surpasses everything. I'm simply devoted. Carolyn Renando, I don't know if she's here right now, but she posted something this morning on Facebook that said, how often do you think about God? And I said, all day long. That is what I'm speaking about, devotion. Versus, and look, I even have my moments where I say, Spirit. But when you set a baseline for yourself of absolute true devotion, things shift really quickly. Now I want to share with you, hello Cheryl, hello Pamela. I want to share with you my Eric Stone singing Fool. I want to share with you my experience with Satya Sai Baba from the other night. God. It's not a bragging point, it's a sharing point. Because of said devotion. The other night, what happened to me, Satya Sai Baba, who passed away, left deliberately. 2011, Easter morning, I was blessed to be in his presence. And he came to me looking like this. This is nuts, in a beautiful way. The image you see to your left is the young Satya Sai Baba. Notice all the spiritual icons and images surrounding that frame on your left. Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Buddhism, all of it. All of it. It's God. It's all God saying, I love you. And all these different scriptural love letters. Do we understand the light language? But in the same experience, he was the age you see him on the picture on your right. The little boy in all of his beautiful humility, bowing down to God the Father. And Satya Sai Baba is blessing him as he holds letters from devotees asking for his grace. That is poetic. My God. So I'm going to read you now my dream soul experience with Satya Sai Baba, these two different aspects of him from about 4 or 5 nights ago. Here we go. Sai Baba, it's crazy. It's beautifully crazy. Sai Baba, I and others were hanging out in a tunnel, cave tunnel, India. We were hanging out in a tunnel at a tavern called Russell's. Sai Baba was acting very human. They took this big old bowl of vibhuti ash. One moment. They took this big bowl of vibhuti ash and just threw it all over me. It was all over his face. He wiped his eyes, wiped his mouth, and they also did it to another deity who happened to be the divine feminine sitting next to him. It was this, when I had this experience, it was Sai Baba's once a week day to act and be a human being. He was somewhat young, the picture I showed you, or like to understand. This was all spoken into my phone, excuse me. He was young and he was the older. So the people that threw the ash on Sai Baba in this huge tub all over him started the engine rolling of ash manifesting everywhere. What is this ash? It's called vibhuti ash. That right there is vibhuti ash. This right here is vibhuti ash. So why do I have that here? I'll show you. So what does that mean? It can mean everything or nothing at all. But what it really means is my intention to connect to God. that which is spirit, which is eternal, from which everything burns away forever. So I take the root of going back to spirit, the ash, and say, open my third eye so I can truly see. You don't have to have sight to climb Mount Everest. You have to have vision. I'm going to show you a video here shortly with Sai Baba manifesting this vibhuti ash. So in this tavern, in this tunnel, in this cave was this vibhuti ash, and it was beginning to manifest like a snowbank, a 1 to 2 foot snowbank. It was everywhere, and I wanted it so bad I couldn't find something to put it in. And after I tried for a while, it disappeared. Continuing with my soul experience with Satya Sai Baba. In this experience, Sai Baba, even though I gave him his divine reverence by saying, hello, Big Daddy, he actually became my friend. We went everywhere together. He would touch me, pat me on my back. These divine beings you don't touch. This is not a Keith bragging moment. This is a Keith sharing moment with you of something I was kissed on my face with. And I so want that for you to whatever level that you can get as soon as you can. So we went everywhere together. He would call me by my name, hanging out with me, walking side by side. In Russell's Tavern, there was also a bunk bed where he would also take a nap, like on the top bunk. But if you can imagine riding a commercial train, going from cross country, just staring out the window, he would, in his one day a week of being human, he would often resort to this little top bunk and just be with himself. I saw him reading a book. I was thrown something from an airplane 3 times, but the first time, I wanted to see what it was so much I couldn't. Everyone was reaching up toward the sky to receive this package, but it was inevitable it was going to reach me. There's a lot, so I'm trying to get through it. So a second and a third package was dropped from the plane. When I opened up finally the third package, it was a pair of pants, some knickknacks, some trinkets I would need for an excursion or a trip. There's so much to this dream. So I'm going to fast forward. As this experience progressed, we were walking, not only myself, there were others, Sai Baba, as he changed and morphed into different ages of his. We walked toward the end or a direction of the tunnel. And then all of a sudden, I found myself on the ground like everybody else, just somewhat kneeling, as if a person would be playing marbles, kind of kneeling. And someone came up. I want to say it was a wizard, not fortune teller. There's too much ridiculous attached to that. Wizard's not the right word either. Someone with the gift of sight, someone with the gift of foretelling. A scribe. Put up a stick, found a stick, picked it up, and started writing in the dirt or the sand or whatever it is that you would find in a tunnel, cavern, cave. And it was prophecy. And this prophecy was tonight's presentation in the cave, the Bhagavad Gita prophecy. Krishna, Sai Baba. And as we are kneeling down, I felt, without a doubt, pay attention, Keith, the small details. Pay attention to the writing on the wall, so to speak. Pay attention, Keith, to the small details. And I'm watching. Tell this to everyone. I said, sure. And it was the prophecy. And there were 2 people. One's name was Gita or Kita. Don't remember the other. But the two consciousnesses that are swirling about right here and right now. Right now. When I mean right now, I don't mean this year or this period. I mean literally right now in this moment at 8:42 p.m. Central Time, Keith Blanchard, Memphis, Tennessee, and wherever you are and how that applies to you right now. So as the prophecy is being told to me, I have no idea what that prophecy is. I truly don't. Until 2 days ago, until I called my sister Anjana. I said, what is the Bhagavad Gita prophecy? She said, let me tell you. And she proceeded to tell me. So most prophecy seems like events, and they are. Bhagavad Gita prophecy is about not events necessarily. It's about a person. You, me in the instance of the experience I was having. But as a teacher, I am now sharing it with you because I was asked and or prompted to share with you. Now it makes you liable, responsible, accountable. They say that in the innocence of children, there's no such thing as sin until one becomes conscious of sin. Keith, you son of a bitch, I love you too. It's now. There is no more time. It's about going into the cave of samadhi. You don't have to go to a cave. You can. And probably expedite things. So as I get up from this kneeling position, squatting position, we continue walking down the tunnel. And some tunnel thug walking in the opposite direction bumps me pretty hard. And all I said was, excuse me. He said, what do you say to me? I said, excuse me? I didn't mean to bump into you. He goes, no, dude. And he pulls out a knife. Not a knife. Some sort of cave type dagger. And it went about from this wide to a very fine point. And he stuck it under my right armpit. I said, brother, it's cool. It's really cool. And so I'm trying to feel out the experience why he is exacerbating himself into, I'm about to poke you like a hog. So I'm trying to control my fear by not being afraid. And then I realized not only do I have Satya Sai Baba next to me, but his entourage. Sai Baba literally goes into a chant. And I don't mean anything I've ever heard. It felt so old, my mind couldn't understand it. I just knew it was ancient. And he walks away, leaving me there with this dagger under my right armpit. Hello, Amy Jameson. Hello, Carmen. Pamela Sharp. So Satya Sai Baba walks away, and I have a very sharp pointed dagger under my right armpit. And this guy so wanted to stick me after Sai Baba just said all these ancient words. And he walks away, leaves me there. How dare he leave me there? But he did. And then after Sai Baba walked away after chanting or saying these ancient primordial words of infinite protection, people just happened to show up and pull this guy away and said, no, bro, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. So they pulled the knife the dagger out from under my arm, they moved him away, and I continued to walk forth. And I asked Sai Baba, I said, dude, what's wrong with you, man? You just left me there? He said, did you hear my sacred protection mantra? I said, I heard you saying something, yeah. And he said, this is what I said in a language you couldn't understand. Let me find it. Sai Baba said to me after I said, why did you just leave me there? He said, but did it happen? And I said that, no, it didn't. He said, you see, you have learned to let go into the ultimate that is beyond the mountain. You have found the one who creates the mountain. Though things may have your attention and you get lost, but when you focus back on the creator of the mountain, then mountains themselves will move. Just like the person moved away from you, I am the infinite rock. So I then found myself back in another cave experience with vibhuti ash as thick as a snowbank. And as soon as I woke up and logged this into my tape recorder, the first thing I see is someone from the UK by the name of Keith Hill. And he's doing a live feed and he's throwing out tarot cards. His name is Keith. And as soon as I activated the speaker, he says, while he's pointing directly through the camera, in this regard, me pointing directly to me, he says, and keep in mind his name is Keith, he says, as I said to you in my experience with Sai Baba in the cave, he said, as soon as I started watching his live feed, he points directly to the camera and says, as I said in the Sai Baba experience I had, you must pay attention to the smallest of details. And his name is Keith Hill. And I mentioned to you about climbing the hill. Do you think this is just a coincidence of words just coming together? Well, what is this coming together of words that align me, you or we, into seeing the smallest of details? Believe it or not, the majesty exists most powerfully in the smallest of things. Because if we enter the world and there's a lot of noise and we get happy, but we'll come back to home base, homecoming, crossing the bridge to the soul, we come back to the home, the smallest of things, the simple pleasures of life. That's when we become effulgent as the divine fire that you see here in the Cave of Samadhi. Now, I'm going to show you a video that I said I would of what this is, why this is, where this comes from Earth, and where this also comes from a place of nothing, nowhere. You can debunk it, it doesn't matter. You may have all kinds of theories. I'm okay with that. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to share with all of us, including myself, a reminder of the most beautiful, delicious possibility. The ash. You are the ash, because when you leave this world, even though you don't get cremated, which you will turn to ash, after 10 years, your body, or however long, your body will ultimately be reduced to ash, back into the fire, the purifying fire of spirit. What you're going to see is Satya Sai Baba turning his hand inside of an upside down urn, manifesting ash, which is where this came from, which is why I use this opportunity to bless myself by saying, help me to see, help me to be, help me to free myself and leave everything that is not you burnt into the fire of devotion. Here's Satya Sai Baba manifesting ash. Why do I play this? Well, Keith, spirituality is not necessarily about all the bells and whistles. Well, it makes Jesus Christ very popular, doesn't it? It makes him Jesus Christ, the one that everyone wants to follow, and everyone does follow. Because it shows the divinity of this person. Hence the reason we humble ourselves to say, I don't have to manifest everything out of my hand like ash. I just want to live in the bliss and the fire that these people have, has, are, and will. And I want to use my will to burn. I have a holy fire, let it burn. Don't put it out, please. Satya Sai Baba, materializing ash. I think the first thing you're going to see is him materializing a gold pendant with a stone. Enjoy it. It's going to be nuts. Following that, I'm going to play a Lavender Soul song, and I'm going to be right back. See you. So what I forgot is that when I shut down this program, the video continues forward, but I found it. And then I want to share with you, actually I shared with you before, but I will take this time to insert this video. My apologies. Give me a sec. Where did it go? Oh my gosh, give me a second. Hang with me tight, folks. There's a reason I want to show you this. Oh my God. I can't believe that. All right, I got the video. Now I'm going to paste it. There we go. What is the deal? Maybe I'm not supposed to show this. I'm going to try one more time. There we go. So you see him, he's going to manifest a gold pendant, I believe. Maybe you saw it. There you go. And now he's going to manifest this ash. Keep your eyes on what's happening. Keep your heart on what's happening. This is exactly the amount of vibhuti ash I saw in that soul experience with Sai Baba a few nights ago. It was like a snowbank. It was an ash bank, which means that which is transient, which ultimately burns back to the spirit. So we definitely know gravity is not in play. And there's no hose attached. I'm open to ideas. So what was all that about? Got your attention, didn't it? Maybe it's about that and that alone. Is that enough? Of course it's not. You want more? I'll give it to you. It's about renunciation. And guess who it applies to? More than anyone that me sitting here as a teacher. Applies to me. That's the Bhagavad Gita prophecy. Check it out. That's the Bhagavad Gita prophecy. It's not about an event. This experience was mine and mine alone. But I was also told to share it. That when we say currently or now, it doesn't mean this now period because since COVID until 2021 or after the election, or it doesn't mean that. It means we can best prepare ourselves right now. Literally right now, it's about renunciation. This guy is always about emancipation, getting away from parents, society, and all that stuff. Now it's about renunciation. I have to get busy. I've done a lot of work on myself. We've all done a lot of work on ourselves. The momentum is picking up. Timelines are merging. Not only are they emerging, they're beginning to move. And what we think is right, wrong, good, bad, in, out, up, down, out, go, it's all getting lost. It's getting lost in the entanglement. It's getting lost in the swirling and the twirling. Bhagavad Gita prophecy is about you. And truly, it's really right now. And this experience was imparted to me, impressed upon me, impregnated within me. That, Keith, we want you to tell this to people. After that, this belongs to you. I have ways I need to get busy. I like being human. And I've been saying it as a leverage or a stepping stone for many years. And I still love it. Now, what do I really want? So now that I've confessed, declared, expressed this, I have to monitor myself. It's it. So what do you need to do? What do I need to do? Nothing. Literally nothing. Be happy. Don't do anything except relinquish, burn into the fires of purification everything you think is true. That's the ultimate. To find the absolute truth. The truth, or at least what we think is, only takes us to the level that we think something is true. God is infinite. So the truth is infinite. So we're only taking ourselves up rungs of the ladder till we feel comfortable. Complacent, we become. We take ourselves upward, which is actually inward, to the cave of Samadhi till we feel comfortable. But I'm scared to take one. I can do maybe two more steps. I'll do two. I won't go three. But here's your friend or your teacher, 20 steps ahead of you going, come in, the water's fine. Come in, the fire's fine. It just requires you to be naked. Well, I'm scared to be naked. Well, obviously, I am too. Let me see what's happening in this technology. Some frames are dropping. It should not. My technology is phenomenal. So I decided to dim the lights a little more so my face is a little more on fire. It's good to see you guys. Thank you very much. This week, I'm going to be a busy person. I am working on the audiobook version of Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. If any of you, literally any of you are interested in helping me figure out, choose, select a voice for spirit through this work, say, Keith, I am in. Just say, I am in. And not only you can give me your input, your thoughts, your feelings, I will send you the audiobook when it's complete for free. And it's going to be like a 5-hour audiobook. Sounds effects, birds, water. So I have my voice. I'm Keith. I have my voice. And I have a few ideas of spirit, which is a low God Moses voice, right? But I want to include the divine feminine, or at least thinking of it. And it's definitely going to be otherworldly. And I've been working on these different inflections, and I like them all. But I want to get a consensus from everyone who's willing to participate to say, what most resonates with you? And I'll use that as a baseline to how it feels to people that may not be a part of the experiment, if you will. Let's see what's happening on YouTube. Hi, Kelly. So tonight is truly, even though it's titled The Cave, the Bhagavad Gita Prophecy, My Soul Journey with the Master. It's about renunciation. We have many years. So in other words, the now window to be a part of the prophecy, we have years. It's now, but we have some time. But this shortcut desktop icon, or I can, is truly a way up the chutes and ladders. A lot more easy. It's truly right now, this week, this month, let's say right now up into literally, there we go, the last December 31st. The 11:59, December 31st, 12 midnight, the 1st, and 12:01, the 1st, are three different components. Really, when you punch your time clock and you go to work, and the boss is a tyrant, and he says, not that God's a tyrant, but the boss is punctual because he understands order. When I say, be here for, you be there for. So it's almost truly a warning. Not a bad warning, but a heeding and a heating fire of things. Rhonda said, this is my birthday. So we are in the moment. Again, graduating, heaven and earth status, if you will. We got some time. But using the shortcut to be in the gate as soon as possible, not because it's a competition, you want to get there faster than anyone else. You just want to get there. So what will ensure you quicker, better, bigger, more promising is between now and December 31st, 11:59. That is the message I am imparting to you. So what do I need to do, Keith? Just be happy. But there is no but. You've already missed a train. The train, the super train, that's passing the train of everybody else on the train to Ascensionville. In other words, you get the not having to wait pass at Disney World or Dollywood. You paid enough to where you can cut the desktop shortcut icon. And you can, because I can as well. Icon. There is no more time. The Bhagavad Gita prophecy. It's me. Not you, it's me. And for you, it should be not me, it should be you. So what do I do? You may ask. Don't believe anything. What a phenomenal shortcut. Don't believe anything. It will bind you. It will clog you up. What's the word I'm looking for? An absolute delicious. I'm a wordsmith. It will bog you down in mire. As much as you try to acquire that window of a window for others who pay the price. I don't mean sin or suffering. That's not what I mean. Who jump into the fire, paying the price that way, can actually scoot ahead of the line without judgment, guilt, or punishment. It's sort of a good boy or good girl perk. Perk up. Wake up. I'm saying this to hear myself talk, because I said the Bhagavad Gita prophecy is about me and me alone. I'm just sharing me to you. So what do I really need to do? Stop thinking. Stop talking. Simply just start being right here, right now. So present with yourself that being by yourself and by yourself alone simply becomes a gift. Then all of a sudden, as old as you may be, Santa Claus again arises through the ashes. He simply becomes real. I'm working like you. I'm human like you. I'm divine like you. Because we're having this beautiful moment, I understand you have priority in a life. But anything beyond that priority in that life that loses your distraction, not from me, but from you being in this space that we have shared together, just ask yourself, where is it I'm trying to go? The place you're so anxious to try to get to is actually right here. Oh my God, I love being me. I hope you love being you. Together, we will spiritual woo-woo in the garden of forever. Dare to endeavor climbing the mountain of Everest. The mountain of Foreverest. On the other side, hello Elaine Leonard. On the other side, rather, on the inside, I will meet you in the highest strata